Well, hello there, everyone. How has the world gone in the past 28 days since we last did a Gumbocast? Oh, I'm sure nothing terrible's happened in the world. She says, leeringly and worryingly. I'm Cindy Saddleman. This is the Gumbocast. Game shows have not gone away, thankfully. But we do have a lot of game show news that we talked about. We have to talk about how the coronavirus has impacted game shows. Some shows have stopped taping. Shows have just been stopped, period. And we have a talk about shows that are already in the can from a while ago that are ready to go on air that could be on air because of this. HQ has returned in a shock form. Game Show Network has released Game Show Channel, and we have a truckload of millionaire news for you. And joining me this week is the absolute magnificence of Game Show Newsnet, the strongest game show podcast out there, Chico Alexander.
Huh? What? Who's this magnificence? Do I have to sanitize my hands for that?
Let me just look at the dictionary. Where is it? Right here. Magnificence. It just says that you're really, really great. So no.
Okay. Oh, how you doing, Cindy?
Surviving.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're in the medical industry, so no days off for you.
Well, I am on administrative leave from my main gig up at Carolina until at least Thursday. But I did have to work a little this weekend at my PRN job.
PRN, can you explain that to the fine folks at home?
Well, if somebody is out and they need coverage, they call me.
Okay. So you've pretty much been on the front lines.
Yeah.
You're on the front lines. I'm in the epicenter of it in the States.
I am in the poop, as it were.
Yeah. I think all of us are in the poop, as they say.
Yeah.
As I drink the Sunny G and support the Schaumburg Boomers baseball team, which is an independent league team. Very classy.
I'm still waiting for the magic moment when the Fayetteville Woodpeckers get the all clear to play again.
Right
it's not going to come for a while, though.
We miss baseball.
I do.
Yep. Like, I was supposed to be at a game this past Friday, March 27th. I won tickets on Reward the Fan, and I can't do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, tickets that I won. I won tickets for March 27th and May 3rd, which was a day game. But I want to give an update on that. Actually, we'll talk about that in our first segment, because app shows have been affected by the coronavirus too, and we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. But what I want to ask you about is, how have you been spending your time in the stay-at-home era that we're living in?
I've been doing some catch-up work. I've been walking around the neighborhood, doing the whole Pokemon thing.
Pokemon Go, social distancing.
Social distancing, getting some exercise, Mm-hmm. But mostly I've been sleeping, which is probably why I haven't gotten to sleep until 2 as of late.
Right there with you. Hasn't been a good time sleeping for me as well. I do have a cough. I pretty much sort of like a version of Concrud, because I was at a big time wrestling show and did a lot of travel. So in pretty cold weather. So yeah, not fun time for me.
I'm sorry.
So I get the cold. So I've been drinking vitamin C orange juice or Sunny Delight.
Sunny D's good.
Mm-hmm. And I also got the cough drop, so I'm good there.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And I got the NyQuil to help me sleep. So, we were talking about this earlier, And you've been playing the game that's been sweeping the nation because of what we're going through.
Yeah. Yep, it's a game with a captive audience that has just enjoyed a recent comeback, and anybody with a mobile device can get into it with just a few taps. I speak, of course, of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they released a new one for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a Switch, so I can't play it. And I'm also not a big fan of Animal Crossing, but I've been playing other stuff.
Huh, what have you been playing?
I've been playing the SteamWorld Dig games, which are quite fun. And I've also been watching a lot of UFC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my friend has a Plex and has all of the old UFC events on it. So I've kind of been going the timeline of when the UFC got famous again and starting to ride that. And I've been doing that through the pay per views and through the Ultimate Fighter.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where I now have the first 11 seasons of the Ultimate Fighter on DVD.
I didn't even know the Ultimate Fighter came out on DVD.
Oh, yeah, it did. It's a UFC product. They released everything on DVD.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
However, some of the seasons are hard to get a hold of. Like, I had to snipe a Ultimate Fighter 5, which was the Jens Pulver BJ Penn season. And that's when they had Nate Diaz as a contestant on the show.
Wow. He's come a long way, let me tell you.
Yep, and the Ultimate Fighter is credited with saving the UFC's ass.
I'll believe that.
Dana White said himself, if the show failed, then they were done. Because they were losing money out of their ass, and
Yeah.
that Forrest Griffin Stephen Bonner fight in the Ultimate finale, in the first one,
That was beautiful.
it's an excellent fight.
It is. If you have yeah, if you're listening, you have a chance to get the Ultimate Fighter on DVD, do it.
Oh yeah, it's a great show. It's also kind of interesting to see how the show evolved from that first season.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had Willa Ford as a host.
Yeah.
And she was, how do I put this? Awful.
Yeah. She was definitely no Willa Ford in I Bet You Will on MTV, another forgotten MTV gem.
Yep. And the interesting thing was she was only there for the challenges. She wasn't there for the fights, the announcement of who's fighting who, or anything else.
She was just there.
This leads me to believe that she was there because Spike wanted her there.
Probably, yeah. I can totally understand that because hello, Spike, Network for Men, Willa Ford, reasonably attractive female.
I guess men beating each other up in a bloody pulp is not enough.
Yeah. We've come a long way since the caveman days, let me tell you.
No, we haven't.
No, not at all.
Men's braids are still defaulted to the 3 F's.
Food, fighting, and hi, how you doing?
Yeah. Kind of like the 3 F's of Channel 5 in the UK was films, football, and hey, how you doing? Anyway, but yeah, UFC, watching videos on YouTube, watching Buzzr, cleared off my DVR of all the split second that was on there.
Nice.
And put that to DVD, so I got like 70 some odd episodes of Split Second with Monty Hall. So yeah, and plus, while we're recording this today was the big day, Concentration with Jack Narz, baby.
Oh yeah, shashunk, shashunk, shashunk. That's all I gotta say.
It was
30
glorious.
trilons, prizes and it's the game of prizes and
And puzzles. And it got me to thinking this show could easily come back for NBC primetime, an hour long, 3 games. But instead of the 5 columns, 6 rows,
Uh-huh.
6 columns, 5 rows, HDify the board.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would totally make sense. The board from the 70s era of Concentration, which just premiered, it was a perfect square. And then you had the 80s era, it was built for a television because the board ran off a TV monitor.
Yep.
So in that tradition, why not do it a board built for an HD monitor?
Mm-hmm. And here's how I do it. 4 contestants play. They're drawn by lot. First 2 contestants play a game. Winner plays a card game and gets to play another game at the end. Repeat that for the other 2. Third game played. So somebody has the potential of walking away with 2 cars.
Or maybe a car and some big cash money amount total.
How about remember when Flash game shows, the Chris Colburn Dan Berger's website?
Yeah, I remember that.
They had a fantasy edition where you could input your own prizes.
See, I did not know that. I was too busy running off of the board that was actually just on the site, so I was like, okay, let me just want to play this, and it was a good time. It was fun. I did not know that there was a fantasy version.
There's a fantasy version of dream version of Classic Concentration where you can input your own cars. I tweaked it where I put in cash and big trips and a couple of cars.
Nice.
That's how I would do it. So if I were to do that, I would have 5, 10, 25, 50. And then like a couple of big trips and 2 cars.
That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game, that Concentration game, I believe it lasted for 6 years, maybe 5 or 6 years.
73 to 78 and reran 78 to 80, 79.
Okay, so yeah, I totally get that. It's incredibly solid.
Mm-hmm.
And that theme song is a banger. I don't care what anyone says. It is a banger.
Do 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 do.
Yep.
And for nerds like us, we originally thought that only like 1 episode existed. Plus, there was like a 5-minute clip earlier. Then Wink came out. Then Wink found a few episodes, and then we find out all of the episodes exist.
And now they're currently well, I don't know if they're currently being mastered or they've already been mastered, but I know a few of them have been mastered and are airing right now. They can't master it anywhere else.
No.
They can't master anyone else, and this is called a segue.
Because
everybody at Buzzr is working from home due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
To be continued.